Howdy, this is Plleg, and welcome back. Well, I've been really busy since the last episode. Hopefully, you can see some progress. A lot of it has been just more infrastructure and work, whatnot. But let's come out here and look a bit. I think this is new since last time. This was basically a chicken farm to give me raw chicken so I could trade with some villagers. It's way bulkier than it should be. It's only supposed to be like a 3 by 3 with the little thing sticking out the back. But what I found is that when the chickens die from the suffocation in here, they shoot out their feathers and meat like all over the place. And so I tried to like block this up to keep the stuff from shooting all over the place, but it still comes out here. I mean, sometimes I find chicken way over here, so I don't know quite what's going on there. But other than that, nothing has really changed with the villager breeding. God, those guys are loud. But what I have done is, and you can't necessarily see yet, but I have finished, what is that, like 7 levels of the building here. The top, which we'll go up and see in a bit, is still unfinished. I'm not quite sure what I want to do up there yet. But I've cleaned out all the rooms, and so we can do a quick view of that. Also, I'm planning on moving the villager breeding. This right now, it's a setup as you've seen before. They're over here. They get fed into a room up here. And then I've got a room, which I think I showed last time. This level here is where we're going to have the villagers trading and whatnot. And so I had a little system there. But what I'm going to do instead, and I think I need to move this here too and change this out. But basically, I'm going to move the villager breeding to underground somewhere in this area, and then have a tube coming up and then shooting out into there. That way, it looks a little more sleek, and may get rid of this to have a little more just open room. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm definitely moving those guys underground and then having just a tube come up and then bring them through there. Why don't we go up here and look real quick? Let's see. Oh, I guess while we're here, let's see, this area cleaned out. It may have been cleaned out before, but let's go down, because what I decided is that I'm in the basement here, first level basement. I'm going to have a huge storage room. This is 10 high. Basically, I'm going to have item sorting. The setup that I worked out, which is based on other people's designs for storage, is going to be, I think I found that it was like basically 8 tall, so that way I can have like the normal sorting mechanism about here, and then I'm going to have a few levels of cascading stacked chests to kind of give a little extra storage for each one. And then I think each one is 1 or 2 wide, so I can have lots of different storage items. And then that leaves 2 blocks at the top so that I can walk around, because the 3 levels down is where the row of hoppers will be that will feed all the items through and sort, come down into the sorting. And then upstairs, what we'll have is I'll have a spot where I can just dump stuff, and then it will get sorted and stored in here, and I can come down here and grab whatever I need. That way I have a nice room out of the way to store stuff. So we'll go up here. I just haven't done anything with the portal yet. Here is the villager trading center. As you can see, it's still kind of rough from last time, but what I'm going to do is have them come up from the new breeding center down there into here, and then I'm going to have a big line of the rail will be gone. This will just be water, and I think I'm going to have it string around here, somewhere probably here. That way I'll have a nice long line of villagers until I get all the perfect ones that I can just have them feeding up here, and they'll back up, and then I can trade them and or check with them and do the instant trades for the some that just have trades that I don't want on the first shot, but will give me a few gems. This guy, I think, is going to be a perfect paper guy. He's got, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only 7. Let's go back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's got, what, 2 more slots? And I'm hoping that the next one or the last one is paper because he has been on clocks for so long. I now have 31 clocks. And as you, whoops, spun too fast. And as you can see here, it's 10, I think it used to be 11. It's 10 per clock. So I've dumped over 300 gems into this stupid guy, and he still hasn't changed yet um, to a new trade, which really sucks. I mean, I really have been just dumping in way too many gems for him to. Anyway, so that's kind of frustrating. These levels are all pretty much empty. They're just got torches in them. They keep mobs from spawning. And these are all going to look exactly the same. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I definitely have plenty of room for doing different things in here, so that's kind of nice. Up here, like I said, I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet. I went through and just made sure that I had the lighting all set up in the sides. This is a really nice view. You can see stuff, so I want to do something up here to maybe this will be like a penthouse with all glass or something. I'm not quite sure yet. Or come out here and get a view of the surrounding area. I think it looks kind of nice, and we'll probably do different things within the visual area here. I think the next real thing I'm going to do is I really need iron, and I had been holding off for a while of doing a iron golem farm because I didn't want it to look bad, and I didn't want to screw up the villager breeding because I figured if I get it too close and whatnot. But looking at the Dockyum's iron golem farm, as long as the village cells are about 60 apart, so I figured I'd do it 64. Keep myself safe here. Then I think I should be okay. So I'm going to put the, like I said, the villager breeding down here, the main one, and then I'm going to go 64 away, which I hope is going to be somewhere right in there, and I'm going to turn this here into at least a 2-high iron golem farm, so that way it'll still be within the loaded chunks that if I'm working around here, those will still be generating stuff, and they won't be close enough to screw up the villagers, and that way I can really get some iron, because like I said, let's see, what do I have? I have like 30. I think that's all the iron I have. So, and I've gone in different mining things, but it just goes too quickly. I mean, as you know, with hoppers, you just eat up a lot. Anyway, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, like I said, that's going to be at least 64 away, and then I'll stick probably the first level. I think I figured that they need to be 64 away vertically and 64 away from each other horizontally. So I'll probably stick like the first one somewhere near ground level inside the thing there so you can't see it, and then I'll just go up 2 or 3 levels, maybe more, depending on how far I can go and how far they'll actually breed. You know, I don't know if there's a height limitation on iron golems, and I should probably do that in a test world. Okay, anyway, that's what we're going to do there. As you can see, I've got this done. I haven't really done anything anywhere else. I just thought I'd come over here and take a look at the nice view. And I almost kind of want to do something a little higher here to get over that, but I've already got, like I said, 7 levels of building here, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with the rest of that. So any of you guys have idea what I should be doing with all these building levels, different things I could put in here? I kind of thought that one of them, and I'm not sure which one, that I actually might fill up with water and turn it into like a huge aquarium with the squid and whatnot. I just thought that might be somewhat interesting. But anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of nice terrain and landscape. I think I got picked a good spot to do my base at. Also, one of the reasons, as you remember from a long time ago, that I went back to Minecraft from Bucket is that I wanted to do snapshots, and there are the snapshots out, but they're, you know, as everybody's kind of warning, they're, you know, still doing the terrain generation, and there might be some scraggly edges, whatnot, and I haven't even checked that out yet. So I'm waiting a little bit. See, look there. There's an egg that shot out from somewhere. Anyway, so I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. Why is that gravel? There. Before I go with a snapshot, but I definitely want to do that soon. And I'll so that we can start getting some of those new terrains and have stuff to look at, because I really want to find a mesa biome and get some of the hardened colored clay going. I think that would be really nice, and that way I don't have to go out into tons of rivers and oceans and farm it that way, and just find a mesa biome and just harvest it there. But like I said, I don't want to pull up this world and have it get the edges damaged or whatnot from the new terrain, and then have them fix something, and then have it maybe a little smoother transition. So I'm waiting just a little bit more. I'm kind of hoping and expecting that they will get the terrain generation worked out probably the next snapshot or two. So that'd be nice. And also right now I'm running on 163, so I need to go around, which I will do off camera, to the areas in this world that I know that are that have structures, and lock those in, so that when I save the world and we do upgrade to a snapshot, that they will the structures will still be able to support the villagers, and they'll be recognized by the world. Anyway, that's an update for now. Like I said, I think the next thing I'm going to do is either move this over, which I think is the next step, because then I want to get the iron golem thing going over here. So the next update, you'll see this guy will be moved back a little bit more, and I'm thinking that I might alternate the glass. I'm not sure if I want to do all glass here, because it is kind of just transparent, maybe just because it's we're not transparent, but it's doesn't look quite right. It might look a little better with water going into it, and maybe if I just pushed it back a bit. But anyway, that's the idea. So in the next update, hopefully that'll be done, and I'll give you progress then. Alrighty, so we're going to wrap up this episode with a show and tell of the things. Oh, that's interesting. She just grew. Of the things I've done a lot, and actually you can see this time. So as you can see up in the top corner there, I did at least a single level, let's call it, iron golem farm. I stuck it up on that hill. It's just far enough away from the village breeding system that it doesn't interfere with them. And once I saw it up there, it looked kind of modern, and you only see a little section there because I did the whole thing pretty much out of snow. And I thought that looked kind of cool, and so I had one tree up there because I was harvesting wood for the doors, and I thought it looked kind of cool, so I planted a few more trees along the top up there in a bit, so that it kind of hides some of the farm there, but still looks kind of neat. It's producing fairly well, but it is kind of slow, so I'm probably going to incorporate. Oh, great rain. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so we don't need that. So anyway, it still looks kind of neat, but like I said, I'm going to do another level up there so I can get some more iron going. And also there's a section over this direction that's about the same distance away, another mountaintop, that I think I'm going to stick another one on, because I really need to get iron going here, because I'm going to need a lot of hoppers for stuff. And right now, they pretty much drop all the way down underneath the ground to about level 50, which is the same level my soon-to-be storage room is at. And for now, I just have a tunnel. I just have to walk over there and grab the iron. So I'm going to need tons of iron for hoppers, so I can have that feeding into the storage system itself. And then, like I said, for all those hoppers, I'm going to need another farm to help produce even more iron. So that's one big thing I got done. The other one is, come over here. As you can see that the village breeder system is gone here, and there's no longer the tubes coming here. I did move it over here. And this is kind of just the air hole for the doors so that they see the sunlight and little fence here to kind of keep bad guys out. And they come up through here, and I have them going directly into the level with the where the villagers are trading. See, even when you see more of the Iron Golem farm, I think it still looks kind of nice being all snow. And then the next thing I have here, a couple groupies for the villagers up there. And let's run over here real quick. Oh, this might be new. I set up a little farming system with this iron golem here. I should have probably changed this to a fence post so all the stuff can fall directly through, but I haven't done it yet. But even as now, I just sit here with the shovel. As you can see, it's pretty worn down. And dig a bunch. Some of them land up here, which I grab. The others collect into these hoppers, which go into this tool chest, and then I grab them out of there and build the blocks. Over here, this is the kind of setup I have. I think I kind of described what I was doing before. I have the villagers coming in here, and they come along the wall here for now, just so I can manage a nice long stretch. And then I just put dirt blocks for now to kind of segregate them so I can deal with a little bit of a few of them at a time. Otherwise, if I let it keep running, they really start stacking up. And that's also why I just recently released it, but also I need to put a piston here. But usually I just stick like a couple dirt blocks right here and let the extra villagers drown if I don't want them piling up as I'm doing stuff. But another big news is here, I finally got what I'm pretty sure is the perfect paper villager. We'll go through him real quick. He took a lot of work to get to the paper, and I've been trading a lot. I'm hoping this is, I think, the 8th trade, and I think they stop at 7, somewhere between 8 and 9 or 7 and 9. So I'm hoping he never goes past this point, because as you can see here, I had to go through 10 emeralds to get clocks. At one point, for a long time, it was 11. But anyway, let's come over here and look at this chest here. And yes, that's 39 clocks. So I basically had to trade over 400 emeralds with this guy before he jumped to the paper trade. He was stuck on that stupid clock trade for so long. So many times I just thought about just killing him and moving on to someone else. But I didn't. I stuck with it, and I guess it paid off. And the way I got all those emeralds to do that is I just kept letting villagers come up here, and one would want wheat, or they'd want something that someone would want paper on their first trade, and I would trade with them just to get that done. And then once it was gone, I just killed them and started over. And so I just cycling over and over again through that. So that is pretty neat. Here's really the goodies I've got from this. I haven't got too many. Like I said, it's my, well, let's come back over here real quick. My reed farm, I expanded a little bit out there. I probably really need to make a lot more of this area or somewhere else, maybe underground, a larger reed farm so I can just have massive amounts and just sit here and trade with this guy for a long time. But anyway, I still did pretty good here. I've got a couple good diamond things here. A chest. I really didn't necessarily need this enchantment, but it was to help one of the guys unlock for other stuff, so I went ahead and did this. And I've got a few chain mails up here, which is kind of neat. A couple tools. These are all got from trading. Also, and I had 2 Thorns 1 books when I combined the Thorns 2. I haven't decided what I'm going to put those on yet, so I'm just kind of having that and hang out. That would just kind of sit there. But anyway, that's I think that's going to do it for this episode. So you can see all the progress that I have done. Next episode, the beginning of it, I will likely show you that I've put a second story onto this Iron Golem farm, and then we'll probably also take you over to the one that's over on this other hill, which I believe is, I think it's going to be on top of that one. That's like a little floating island, and I think that's far enough away from the villagers here that it won't affect it. So I'm going to do 1 or 2 collection chambers, breeding cells, whatever, over there, so I can get some more iron going. Alrighty, so I think that's going to do it for now. I thank you for watching, and until next time, have fun.